Today, the 3rd day of November 2020. And it's election day too. But what you make I say this? I just hope, say we qualify for able for vote. Now United States say we don't do them. I know say early voting be day. Then today, na the one green day, we left. Even though the pardon say 12 midnight. As long as I end the lead, indoor window. Hey, it's in a man. But hey, we'll see how things goes, not so. Today we want to come look inside the NaCOVERC, the recent updates them, where they relax on the measures them, where they be put in place when this fight against COVID-19 be starts na salon. NaCOVERC, they relax measures. Chinese embassy na salon, they step up. Yes. But relax, so we get everything now one pot. We can look from how they say then they observe the lifting of the coffee for 1 month. Then from there, we look within Chinese embassy, then don't update, say now, you want come out na salon go na China, waiting they expect you for do. Then we come to the congregational worship. Then we see how everything unfold. But before that, make we look within NaCOVERC tell we today. They say that 592 tests them now they analyze for the past 24 hours. 592 tests. However, on Sunday we get 0. On Monday we get 0, and I was hopeful. But my hope don't cut short. Because today we get 2 positive cases. 2 positive cases, one from Western Area Urban and the other one from Bo District. And 2 cases we get today. Make we look inside the other numbers then. Because of the 2 cases we test positive, now the cumulative confirmed positive cases they reach to 2,368. 2,368. For the past 24 hours, nobody no lost in life to COVID-19. So we still stand at 74. The one the modern isolation center, now 491 where they respond to treatment. For the past 24 hours, now 1 green person recover from COVID-19. So because of that 1 person there, we don't get now a total number of 1,803 person where don't beat COVID-19 na salon. The one them where they in quarantine, now 120. The one that don't discharge, now 11,977. Now the numbers the one in there, we NaCOVERC give. But make we look inside the Mano River Union countries them. It's like say the Mano River Union countries then and they work as a team. For the new cases then for today, Guinea get 18, Liberia get 10, Sierra Leone get 2, and Ivory Coast get 37. We give a total number of 67 new cases then. For the total number of deaths, Sierra Leone 74, Guinea 73, Liberia 82, and Ivory Coast 126. We give a total number of 355 people and they don't lost their life to COVID-19 inside the Mano River Union countries them. As I be tell we earlier on, now we headline for say today, we want to look the measures them will be there in place for the fight against COVID-19 and waiting NaCOVERC can make me you know. Inside there, the Chinese embassy, it look like say, then they look elsewhere and then up their game on their own COVID-19 test. And I want make you look critically, yeah? Chinese embassy in a salon. The kind way then they try to handle this whole test issue, for left for going in country. For one for check, find one for who side this thing starts. What they made DT they call and the other name way they call her? But to go come. You can just imagine if you be say this particular COVID-19 now other side they start with waiting the Chinese embassy put in place right now for going at their own country. All right. Make we look first. It was on Monday, October 26, 2020. Now, NaCOVERC been pulled this. They say NaCOVERC want to inform the general public for say the 30th week of the coronavirus outbreak, where they want to make me you know say it not over yet, and they talk on a big one, say it over yet. But whilst the epi data for the last 3 months they suggest a general decline in the number of cases, they say the manner in which the rest of the response is managed and also the behaviors and the attitude of all. They say because of that, there is a significant impact on the epi curve and the public health salon. They say the nation should be reminded for say Sierra Leone has implemented some of the toughest measures aimed at preventing, waiting, and controlling coronavirus infection. They say the health and safety guidelines instituted from term to term now for combat the spread of the virus and also how often it will cause great national inconvenience and tremendous social discomfort. But yet, the demand necessary for put all anything in place. They say the response don't always be focused on waiting, creating a balance between saving lives and waiting sustaining livelihood, which inform relaxation of a range of restrictions. They say nothing. The current epi data over the last they say make we note say the current data over the last 3 months and further the enormous impact of the curfew order on movement of people, goods and services across the country. NaCOVERC hereby announced that effective immediately, that was on the 26th of October 2020, the nationwide curfew from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. then don't lift on for a period of waiting 4 weeks. They lift on for a period of waiting 4 weeks. But the one like me, you know, say all other COVID-19 related regulations shall remain in full force, and violation thereof will be appropriately dealt with public behavior during this dispensation, and say everything will then be put in place is supposed to follow. The ban on sport and other forms of entertainment, nightclub and cinema centers, secret society, large public gathering, including street carnival and such other restriction prior will continue to be in place, and the general public is warned accordingly. They're waiting, then they warn we accordingly. The public is reminded for say COVID-19 outbreak in Sierra Leone, not done it. And we neighbor them, now the sub-region continue for record so heleba number cases them. And say with Western area being the epicenter, and also then they approach the festive season. NaCOVERC, they urge all man for comply with the health and safety guidelines, including proper use of wetting the face mask, regular hand washing, and keeping safe physical distance. Remember, Corona fet, now we all fet. That was on the 26th day of October 2020. And then we can't tell with this. Well, be glad. Say, oh, coffee done. But remember, they say now for 4 weeks. Not so? 4 weeks. Coffee done. All right. NaCOVERC again, go ahead, say, you know what, make we just relax the measures we put back by the church and the mosque, the congregational gathering. So then put this public notice today, after we almost a week now, the curfew that don't be lifted. Now they say the public go recall say the following lifting on the ban of places of worship, congregational proceedings have not been permitted beyond waiting 1.5 hours, when at 90 minutes. They say because of this, and also they inform say large parts need for recognize the faith-based values. They say people in a salon and believe by the religion, while other then they guard against the churches, the mosque, and also the temple becoming vectors of COVID-19 transmission. They say I make them be put something in place so that all people and they go and then place here for go perform the religious rites them. They not go infect one another. They say, but based on waiting the epidemiological data, the same thing them tell we under. They say, particularly for the last 3 months, the same thing back, which suggests say a general downward trend inside COVID-19 case in Sierra Leone, and further nothing with cautious satisfaction. They say the resumption of congregational worship does not seem to have negative impact by the epi curve, even though people them don't begin getting at different places of worship where they believe. They say they don't see any rise in the numbers of COVID-19 positive cases there in the country. They say this now for inform that with immediate effect, religious activities in churches, mosques and temples can now be conducted for a maximum period of 180 minutes. Before, now be 90 minutes. Now, they say 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. You can do it in you want for do. Realizing fully for say COVID-19 not done yet, this reasonable extension from 90 minutes to 180 minutes, they say they anchor on the firm and guarantee provided say the Interreligious Council on behalf of the interfaith community go strongly ensure say the congregation then go comply with full range of agreed health and safety guidelines. We go continue in force, including without limitation, where then here na end the day regular hand wash and the use of alcohol-based hand sanitizer, or the temperature check, or proper use of face mask, and maintaining safe distance and regular disinfection. Okay, I hope so they take note too. Okay. NaCOVERC, however, they wish for registered and dismay over sporting and entertainment activities where they take place in several communities in the country. Notwithstanding the ban on such activity, even though NaCOVERC say people are not forget that a cinema, make me just put them out there. Not forget that a cinema for watch sports, for watch Manchester and Arsenal. This last Manchester Arsenal game, people sneak all around the country, go to the cinema them for watch them. Now so it be. So because of that, NaCOVERC they talk so. They say about the club-like and also wild social party style violation, some of which they seem for be convened in a secret location them to escape the scope of enforcement personnel. NaCOVERC not serious. Yes, I said it. People say so. Because we see beaucoup government officials there. They're doing it live on Facebook. So not to the people that they say within the footsie, Nine and they follow. Because the one and the petekpede, we don't see the alleged there. How then they see? Okay, make we continue first. Because we self they say every day say the one them where they up there, they don't take this serious. They don't take them serious. All right, make we continue, because some people can go December and get news for now. NaCOVERC also the alert for plans by some people and institutions for organized trade fairs, street and beach carnival and other large-scale entertainment events in December. All the activities then they, including secret society, remain banned. Remain waiting, banned. Okay? The general public, so the one the way you they feel say na chilling time for go salon, even though they happen, this type of black and white, na they no more, na they go see. But my dear, the general public is reminded that any action we person take in violation of the health and safety regulation where they enforce, and get the tendency for reverse the gains where they don't make for manage the outbreak in the country. These activities, especially in the western area, will continue to be vigilantly monitored. My dear NaCOVERC, we are going to beach Sunday. Let's see what we are able to do. Then the party, the housemates now, big sister, when they do their eviction, you know they see them, they do a live back. You they see the people and they. So what we they can give you full face now. So then I make wait la reach to waiting Chinese embassy say. Yeah? We'll continue. They say then go monitor the western area vigilantly. And any compromise of such measures include proper use of face mask, regular hand washing, safe distance will be properly dealt with. You remember Corona feds and we all feds? Eh? Oh la la. Like say they know they see waiting they go on. They can't begin talking now. Big. Okay. So NaCOVERC, Kofioda, they don't pull them for 4 weeks. Then they observe from the 26th. Today, they don't tell the places of worship them. Say, Inti will be tell una for 90 minutes. Now, we don't give una more. Una make them to 180 minutes. And say, they don't tell them for make them more. Okay? Now Chinese embassy say, hold up. Una wait first by. And see before, now I talk and say, Chinese embassy say, before you go na den country, before you go China from Sierra Leone, now they self they conduct your COVID-19 test. You they pay, not to forgive us, but now then the conductor. And then you they pay too. Not so? Before now be one test. And then be themselves be they go with the regulation when NaCOVERC being give. You know, say NaCOVERC be don't get now, they don't make until 7 days. 7 days. Now they don't make and say you can able for get your result up to 7 days before you travel. And Chinese embassy say una wait first ba. We are not to the same. If even though we did in our country, if una one left this country, go na we own country, we get rules and regulations for now. And today, they don't up the game. Listen to what in Chinese embassy say. Chinese embassy updates travel advisory. This now for inform the general public that the travel advisory for passenger they will intend for travel go na the People's Republic of China from the Republic of Sierra Leone. They don't revise them. The updated advisory we go come into effect from the 6th of November 2020. These are the updated and revised advisory. Listen to ya. 1. All passengers when they travel to China from Salon for take both PCR and IgM when at the antibody test. All first in this Salon government, they tell we say they go do the 2 tests, but then turn out and tell we say now 1, then they do and this and that. All right. Although even that didn't be the rapid, but now they will say the antibody test. Then they do them. All passenger we want for left Salon for go na China for do 2 tests, PCR and the antibody test. They say including sample taking and testing within 48 hours of departure. And then they tell you now, Salon government, they don't relax them to 7 days. China say nothing. We, now 2 days now you get 48 hours. If you want to go now we country, now 1. 2, they say the PCR and the IgM antibody test shall be taken at either USAI, the Sierra Leone China Friendship Biological Safety Laboratory, then at the JUE, the already in JUE, the JUE Hospital, or USAI, the 34 Hospital Laboratory at Wilberforce. Because what you do, then 2 places they are. A Chinese man and lady. Now I make a say, let take note to. Who side this virus come off us? What if he be say, not to them, be cow this thing? What if you say them for be they do? Waiting. Or if you say not trust, they not trust to your own. Let us continue. We're not done it. Number 2 are they. Number 3. As there is currently no direct flight from Sierra Leone to China, passenger them for take a second PCR and antibody test now any country where they transit within 48 hours of direct flight to China. Imagine they say back where you go na the country because a lot of people will not get flight to. Most people say no where they run business in China, not they left from Sierra Leone, they left from Guinea. So now then they tell people and they back say, where you don't left Salon, you go Guinea. Even though we don't take you test. When you reach na Guinea, if na they transit, or you na Air Morocco or na whatever na Emirates or Usai, any side where you transit, you forgo do test they back. What's in the gun? What's in the gun? Wait, they say you then don't do the test too. Then they say we they go back. Why should transit? That country the way it transit as long as within that 48 hours, you know make you for do another test. Na China. Hi. Let's continue because we're not done it. Both the Chinese embassy in Freetown, as well as the Chinese embassy or consulate in a transit country, passengers are advised for request for waiting the green health code with the HS mark or a certified health declaration form upon submitting the certificate of negative result from both the PCR and the antibody test. Then just the up all thing. They don't made the thing difficult. Is it that they don't let people in travel go there again? Then just no one tell we? All right. Number 5. The samples will be obtained at the designated laboratories. But remember, say, they don't tell you, say, na Jue or 34. Jue or 34. Now then they do their own. Now then they tell you, say, you need certificate on top of that one day. They say, the lab's name, now then inside and the Jue or 34, now they go for go get them. But the certificate, na NaCOVERC, na in the GIAM. NaCOVERC give you the certificate. But before that, you get for go Jue or 34, go do the test. Then NaCOVERC now can give certificates. Hey, number 6. They say kindly note that the requirement for obtain a second PCR or the antibody test in a transit country is totally beyond the remit of NaCOVERC and the government of Sierra Leone. That one way inside the country no more. Now in them be symbol. But you, where you think say you get for go China, where you get for fall under that one day, where you go need for take another COVID-19 test. Now one of them country then where you go transit, they want make you know say that test day in order in the head. Ask the question again. COVID-19 measures them, we they relax them, whilst China, inside our own country, then they up their game. Like say, they sabi something we no sabi, on adjust a new regulation, way different from we own. From the first time first, where they come, they say, now then they conduct the test for going to the country. Now they don't commodity, they don't add one more test on the test. Government say 7 days, then say no, now 48 hours. Now they need the own for. No go no say we all get for government for this today. Make a call to us friend, make we hear waiting he gets for we. Yes, us friend, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, hello, Triple A. Thank you very much for giving the platform, and welcome to listeners and viewers here. This issue about this COVID-19, this coronavirus, actually they cause a lot of issues in many areas that we know, based on the global demand for human being. When a social animal, the mortal man, a very social animal, so it's very difficult to deal with them, and it don't create a political tension. It don't create social and economic problem. So you don't even divide within parties. You don't divide countries. You don't divide UN. WHO. So the problem here arises from individual decision of each country. How the country deal with her, now so they get for go. If I go take on this restriction, first of all, where China is specifically put. If you look the way they deal with the virus, now we confirm now that they come out from scientific research, and they know from animal. They don't suggest from an animal what they call the armadillo. So now between the armadillo and the bats, that are from previous findings where they send people there for go do a finding. Because they make a documentary, because then we don't kind of oppose them one time. So what did they do? WHO send representative. In fact, Mr. Dr. Fauci, that man will get problem with Trump at the moment. So he sent some delegates. So now they even then begin to make some conspiracy or issue for do with China. So then get for fall apart with in the Fauci because of the findings. Where you go find? Go then be one Fauci for go. That are just a brief. So then you can see now when China then deal with the issue itself, what can then do? Then lock physically everybody inside. Where if you see person at do certain areas, inside the tension be high. Then they get high cases then. So then they hardly they see person at do. And then they physically they even treat people wrong. We even see when the people them come on one side, they say they don't clean it, but then come on another side with them, they show all those video clips. They were a bit more hard way they may deal with them. So you look at let's compare for UK before I come to Salone. You see the way they deal with them, they'll not be locked borders. People can come inside. People can get the sick, they begin to spread them. They would have carried a test and they left Ibuna-Ios. Somebody not be the test and say Ibuna-Ios for 14 days. So there was not an area where they can get an isolation area. So then they keep the people and so in case we come out, you don't go for good. So they care of the community. So then be able that side it. Because what they do, they build big buildings, big hospitals they build within few time. So because of all these mechanisms where they apply, they'll be able to don the sick. Even people may comment, even Trump again become envious about them. Why if we stop there? Why enough for go under? But they lock borders, they make sure the people that will get the sick, they begin to take their care and go. Physically, they say they can't broke no more care people. So in other words, they're able to confine them. So now if they relate to any country now, the idea they go with in first place, back with political reason, back with economic reason, back with social reason. We can't Salone for the case study where they don't implement this. So they get this area where then they say now, you want to go there, they don't put the law say you forget PCR under their own trial. But again, you get the antibody where they put on top. But you see the antibody is different when the blood then they use for check your antibody. That now after, if you don't get the sick. And what are these antibody tests? In the check for what they call T cells, and get particular cells they want to amimande, when they see no more, you are lieutenant, you are brigadier. So them now then like they want them now the front line them where they go. They command, they come out, then go first. So in other words, then cells there, they keep the memory. Now memory sells them back. When they go first the thing, then they come with scars, and they don't say they don't come over front. They see them. So in other words, when they can't do this blood test, then they tell you, say, you don't get this sick here, and you don't show up by your T cells. But your body not able to fight them. So but again, because of the other findings we don't can go back parasite later on, it look doubtful for where then they say you don't get the sick, you don't get it again, or you will fight them. I will left that side. So I come out to the PCR, where then they insist part in the straightforward one where gene expert we don't make when I see fit, when I company within America, but other company they make them, other countries they make a copy of them. So China said they try for make them, then they get them a copy, then they use them. What are the actual one? Because in they go different stages. That if you get the live virus. But the live virus, then they get a value where then they put an offer check them. Then they check them in two ways, and they call them CT value. And the CT value, C for Charlie, T for Tango, they call them cycle threshold. Then the virus alone where they pay you. When they go to the lab, then they go do all the process there. Then they also they say for amplify the virus. Then they inactivate them, let the virus not get powerful, damage the person when they deal with a lab in case he escape. So then they do all that process there with high light value when a UV. So all that process they undergo, I mean they get obliteration, but like process the normal way they undergo. Then they reach the stage where then they do two test tubes. One test tube now the one when they trial, and then the one test tube now get the actual virus swab where they don't swab you. But for full last swab, they will get the virus, and then they undergo all their process there with alcohol, with everything, where they remove the thing for them to be able to get strongness. But in idea of that is a value where they know you can get the virus, but you get a certain load where you forget when that load they reach, where they put the site level, it is like between 20 and 30. And before they 20 and 23, then they get the other one the control one. So the control one, they look high in they go, that's so the normal one they go. But in other words, the higher you get virus load like body, now they make the thing they come up quick, it show, then it show positive by that one day. So in other words, sometimes you can actually have the virus, but maybe because of the load where you get able to hit that target. So most likely you go about. But in other words, improvements in that load day, now you forget where it possible see you go transmit them. But that side is another issue now. But with the sake of how the PCR they work and how the antibody they work, the antibody they just they tell you if you don't get the virus. But we can't go back to the antibody. Why again? And they begin insist when they insist this thing now because of the new findings we don't come. The new findings they say the T cells there, we don't get the virus. It likely say it go able forget them back because anytime when the sick attack you, it reduce your number of white cells them. So when they reduce there, you can't report, you can't fight, and that now the new findings what they don't get regarding that one day. So because of this, now you don't bring now the idea, say, well, the one for check again, you will get the virus, or you don't get it. If you don't get it that 3 months ago, when you prove positive, because say you don't get it, positive say you get an active, it is proof positive say you don't get it because of these T cells when you come on your bone, your red bone marrow. Okay, so that's how then they say that, well, would they doubt you for going inside? So another one that the law wouldn't put if you're positive or you're not negative. Now that one day, NaCOVERC will try find it. Because positive, you go for positive after 3 months, you don't go be in a salon for some reasons. But he go or he don't go. You see? Or he get for prove negative. And as this is a negative, the one for C, that means you know, even don't get the secret. So if you don't get the secret, now you go back. But if you don't positive, when you say, you know, we will give the person the secret, because we have people in the hospital, but you know, we will give them. But because of the new findings, we don't they don't want to go give back to the game because of the way we don't deal with them. And you come back to the PCR, why did they play with them? So they why they do them, they do let's allow people not do them. It all comes to the business and implementation, because when we own them, we don't send the laboratory machine there. We get it. So what they tell you about? There are machines on at the PCR, but because they're not able to implement them, because you need light. So we get up to 17. I feel so fun about 7. The last one I'm making and go put them for pull the workload from Kabbalah in the other side. But because of the guy, they're not able to put the machine there, and they don't count their own few machine. Then they're able to manage support the one within 34. So the economic problem in that company, they don't spend, they don't help where, they want to listen to them. But then the physics, there are areas likely it might be a decision making. So it comes to the social and economic side. So to them, they put money to other side, then they said we're able to get a C. So it all comes to a bit of just agreement, but small thing will not happen. Whether they come up with this, whether in terms of ownership of something, we will get to you, but because they say they train few people that they love, then they need to train few people that for before. Now only now we other countries they can't help for me. Then once we forget to say here, now we forget to say here. This all comes back to when they pray level country try their resourcefulness. If got anything that some of them we don't go there, we don't put money towards it, and we implement them, then people are not for don't do all that thing they have away. You see? But again, you get that antiviral, then they're against it because Hong Kong now they produce them. And I feel Hong Kong then they stop renting there. I see it's not even Hong Kong, now the country where being go give them both there with them name like you always forget for it. So that the one day they want they go give them laboratory equipment for test the antibody. Korea, exactly. So Korea. Then Korea and Hong Kong now one word. So Korea and because they North Korea against South Korea. But one of the Koreas they don't agree with them. You see? But obviously it's all to do with ownership. We're not going to know what thing they go on because like when we talk about brown paper, we are not accusing because now we not get fact. We are only saying things more we say then they run. So people only say, oh, well, give a fact. But here is what has happened through the running of this year. Because of their process there, then we say, well, would they strict for them will not go because they don't bring their new research. Or would the strict say now we for make una test because we self will get we own. Una own the una get, una know how use them. Una we don't help una follow una do this. Even though we don't get we una laka because I didn't first put the one at Freetown, then get the one at Keneva, and then to that they get the run. Then 38, then bring that later now because of them they can miss that the day. Now for that you get more people who die in China na 38. Will be forced instead of now electricity because they don't bring them there again. I think say oh they don't idea with the idea so they get for really keep them there. So but I don't know how far then they separate the positive and the negative. Some people they get it for kidney problem, then they go catch this sick then die. So and obviously if you catch them within that process, if they test you positive, you obviously get for say die positive. But then they try for downgrade that system now UK because they say when the case may begin, when even if in 3 months ago you get the COVID, even if the COVID will not done for you, but because of you don't attack, you die during that process after 3 months, then they add them. But now they cut them down to 28 days. Within that time, if you get the sick day, if you die, whether you get a terminal illness, then they just come and say that COVID. Now, so they do right now, UK now. But it all comes to management. I only hope say the government get for try again. Like how they not release, so they know the state. But why again they not able to get a voice? To me, I was here that the goodness wouldn't be don't do too much. And really, practically, you as a human being, without the we know physically do them. So now for that, some certain profession, and they tell you say don't take bribes. Like I know of places where you go and take you bribe or then use as incentive, then what they know say at some point, if they not say patient, they only can get, they tell you say take a really, but you go for explain here and say, like you know they do them. You see? But what's and likewise to some other profession they pay back. So you know was that something like that, but it's very hard in a developing country. In China, they made part of an agenda back when they call Agenda 2030, and they want for whole development. But who they don't push that development? Look what the UN don't do. They don't change their strategy. You know that was entry point. Then they enter on the country. So now even that man, they can't go that bad Mosi man. Look what he do. I go left for Saturday. He don't introduce a method in office. Get all thing now. He get economics man. He get scientific man. He get this. So then we able to make a decision. So whether they come Barra 15 then take yonder or look inside loophole in well, then go they visit them tight. So at the vision say these are all the factors when they stretch off. Because there is no need where they are friends with Salon, when they give them all the goodness for go do mining, for go do that thing. Why are they going to be strict? But in the strict on the other side, because of the method where they use, that are the one where they use for letting go canopy themselves. Now, what they use for IBM. But the idea, something in between again. And thank you very much for giving the platform. But let people know say COVID real, we don't give the restriction as soon as Salon. The reason why again, that you research what they go on, why Salon people and most of the people who don't take a certain treatment before when they be young, but they not confirm it. But if they go begin tell people that one, they go say, oh well, maybe don't do this. I will carry on. I know we'll get the sick. But that research, they go to UK now, and they don't begin and then somewhere in West Africa, they want to know why. Not that the sick not they go there, but not because of the temperature, but there is a reason why. But I know why they say they say that this don't can see until they get a standard reason. And thank you very much. Let you say COVID is still real. Let it not be there. It will begin the turn, the waka, till it will begin the come back. Then it call second wave. Which was say they go to the other side, and they call it careless man and the first come. But China they don't get the second wave because they killed the virus. And when they killed outside, everybody was there. You see, but here now, why the second wave? United WHO don't know because the way they open the borders and people they come in as an influx. They are never kept. When UK belong, they build this and then they pass on one side. The guys say they call this place isolation hospital. I say, you sure? I say, he said that they tell them they get sickness try the first, they get the sickness, then they go keep people in there. So I say, why they don't apply them? Like how they may do them, I they tell them call nursing hospital. Therefore they want to keep people in there. But people, because of social life, economic problem, and the lifestyle don't change, it's difficult. So now this man, they take advantage over whistle. And thank you very much for giving me the platform. But COVID is real. Take an adhere to all the precautions. Wash your hands, keep a distance, and wear your mask. So that the virus will be able to kill them on that side of the country. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're most welcome, yes, sir. Yeah.
In case you just come in, on the 26th of October, Sierra Leone will lift the curfew for 4 weeks. They say they want to observe. But they say because the RNC things they go and the numbers, them how all things they play out, it look like if I say, would they go down the stick to know they claim the hill? Because when they claim the hill and the number, then they go up. But when they run down na free flow, the numbers then they better. You don't need that much energy. So because of that, they lift the curfew that then they observe on for 4 weeks. Today, they don't come out, they don't tell we say, because of all this thing, we look, they behave like how we're supposed to behave. The gathering at the place of worship, even though they not tell we say, they go make now let and they in capacity, because you know, say, the regulation will be then half the capacity of the places of worship them. Now half capacity they're supposed for use. They say, well, then we don't test that half capacity there. One thing like if I say, the church will open or the mosque or the place of worship will open, gets no effect by the numbers of positive tests the way they come. So because of that, now they then be quiz them to 90 minutes. And so then be quiz them. So now they don't extend it now to 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. Then they don't extend them to. But that extension they still tell we say all the other measures then they in place. But the one thing they not tell we if now the places of worship then they can take to full capacity, which I still doubt because I see say the social distancing and the physical distancing measures them they are still in place. Udonianda, I in China say una wait. Una look one run quick thinking to say this COVID-19 a thing for play with or not a thing for play with. Before China be tell we say if you want go to China and you left salon, now then they conduct the test. Okay, today now they up the game. Before now be just a PCR, but today they don't add the antibody test to it. And government say 7 days. They say no, then 48 hours if you want to go to the country. And if from where you left Salon till they reach China, it's more than 48 hours. They say that country where you go transit, you forgo take test the back. If maybe they go they say first, yeah. Why for even take again a Salon? Not for 48 hours I want. But it look like if I say, then they look the country of origin. So you start, you waka. What about most of the Makituma, they not to fly, they fly go Guinea. A transport then they take. When they reach na Guinea, and then they take flights for go. So maybe they can able to take the COVID-19 test na Guinea. This one way the Chinese embassy they call for. The only parties we don't know if na Guinea too, na so the Turk say yanda back na to they for go take. And if na so they don't change the measures, they yanda back. Because for Guinea, they forget heavy measures pass we, because Guinea they get 183 per day, 100 and almost per day. I just give that quick recap there for we just coming. We know the say today. You know say today na election day. Right now, news don't begin coming. No, I don't know if you see that one or me see just now. So while if you are quick so that we go sit down behind the TV or in front of the TV, or make we get the latest. But we'll go for sit down long today for watch TV. Take 10 snack or take 10 munch. Make you not gain weight. Thinking to say your candidates, they win. You know, they look good as the numbers, then they come in. Okay, it looks like say we don't do a pretty good job. Me, host friend. But come on there, you know there. Also. The way say I go say just now the phone line don't close. Not call. Because if you call, you know they come. As the gates don't lock, so I end that. Yes, let me see. I'm not to Sanusi say, they tell thank you to Usfriend for the contribution. Say people, whether you believe COVID-19 or not, they say on all they see say they are around. So the advice will make we adhere to the fight against this virus. Together we go help for save. There's the vulnerable them. Look how this caller. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who the call from, please.
Yeah, let me the call from Paris.
Yes, I get 3 minutes. What's my contribution?
Now two things. The first one, now concerning this test business, when we don't look at it, it's like somebody told you now, if you buy election, the same thing we say we just promote pan. It's like China, the kind of encouragement in Africa, in particular saloon, not falling small at all. So at least, let's say for the return and to back, they say hand go hand come. But this particular trade do so is like if people don't let's say when somebody they get a house, he say well now you get this house, this person you get where they rent to me, I want to come out. I'm puller. You know so we come out. But if not rent you go pull or you give some condition go make, you go look in and see whether left the house. Now in China they do so, what me the look at them. But then they left to the government, they will know what they for do. And NaCOVERC at least. But that self don't make it difficult. Going to somebody make difficult to person, it's like they're not really for let you they could do business. Carry on. That's number one. Then number two, Mr. Triple A, I get some problem with something that happen at Saloon, where they happen at Bo, when I'm free to be a Bowman. Then I don't know, I don't want to talk, and I don't know if he will be for let me talk. The information I'm passing because the first one for somebody I call a Bo for let national participants go on in business. That is anti-corruption for do something over that way about the country. It happened about, I don't know if it happened for it, but sure say it happened. Maybe other part of the country. But I send somebody for let it go, help me for that get anti-corruption number. You know.
Okay, we go talk after this. As this program done?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, just call this number back here. As the program done, that if you not slip off.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay.
All right. Franco just he say waiting at the time frame for do COVID-19 test before you go salon. Now 7 days now. If I don't get your result 7 days, before you go salon. I think say just right for me to end the program now, yeah? Because it look like say we all focus right now by the election result where they coming. So Mrs. F1 focus. So it just right make we end all tonight and stay focused, and then we'll come back tomorrow. Yeah? We'll go there back tomorrow anyway. What's in my own thoughts? The phone line don't close, so please not call. No, because we are going to talk me 2 minutes talk just on the thing, other person go begin call. No, not call again. If you want to talk about this. Okay. I'll take my word back. Make I just call this person inside quick. Yes, caller. I just they give one in there and they can begin talk. And you don't step in. Okay. Your name and also the call from, please.
Okay, this is Nancy. They call from yes.
Yes, Nancy. What's in your contribution?
Yeah, what me just want to say is, you see, the Chinese people, them, yeah, we like them because now not a man they like we, but I just want to we watch them closely. The history of these people, then get a history. They not get paddy with anybody. They're not fumble with nobody. They're not strictly business. Whatever way then they do, if them people that they not benefit out of them, forget it. They know they go into any deal, we're not for the interest of their own people. If we African leaders that they understand that, then go able to know how then they deal with them and which kind of business where then they go into. And if they go into business, then for really check that business they thoroughly before then sign out and make sure say whatever deal they go into with them people they are, make it be say now self-paid something. If you go into deal, that deal, let's say for instance, they say, okay, well, they can make for the bridge, right? And then go put toll road there. No matter what, whether you time day, say you pass, you regime done, other person can sit down, as long as motoka they pass there, that place there they self-pay for himself. But if then get one thing, if you go into business with them, then they look for certain things the way they really don't put them yaipan. They're not afraid for give you money, they're not afraid for give you anything because they know they don't get an eye and certain thing where they want from una. The slightest mistake una go do for let una not go able for pay them. Then they go can't take something where they say, it will take the thing where they serve una for the rest of the country and then they go for. What them in don't eye. So we leaders them, Mr. President, and all the cabinet members, then whatever una they deal with them people there, they are not your friends. They're not they be friends with nobody. Now strictly business people then. Whatever they give you, let that brown envelope where they give you not fool you. Look at them. Any side way them go watch them. Now people the way them very territorial. Any side way them go. Then quick for establish and begin call each other. By the time you know them don't flop. By the time they go begin see them in the market and they sell pepper and yabas together with the locals. Just watch them. And if you look at the history, then get certain country and the way them don't go away, be say the people that then get for strike, pass the presidents get for drive them out, say I give una so time una need for get out. If you una they allow them for let them even come to the country, let be say then they only do like wholesale. But if una allow them for retail, then go overcome everybody na the country. Then go shield even the locals. So now people the way they say na business, strictly business people are like them smile to you. It's not real, it's business. So for me, this test when they say we see Leone people the way they come up from China, they come. Now we see Leone embassy tell them for say na pass then take them test through Salone embassy before they can a Salone. Now that question they first they ask. And then if not so it be, then why make we on the way they come on a Salone pass then take the test from them instead of them taken from we? Now then they conduct the test now we own country and then they conduct the test back now then country who's kind control and as I speak, if you go to South Africa, then quick for takeover. If you go to South Africa, I think then get how many 7 or 8 police stations then there for themselves. Very soon, if you not forget, then go begin asking, okay, we need forget we own military and we own police. Then go begin police una very soon. Una watch them. Very, very fine. So me and I they say, as we do business with them, let we be very careful, Mr. President. Be very careful. Let that money where then they give you that envelope not fool you. Read whatever it is, read them, whatever business where then carry it. Read them really thoroughly, study them before ever you sign anything and make it be say it's self-paid. Because if you grab, you say, okay, we they give this, then find you then later on where you don't go. You know, able for keep up the payments where them put. Guess what? Then they either come for the sea, who side they get with fish, like how them boats then they rise now where then they take. Or then come for the wataki, who say when they get with revenue. Now then side then they look for. Whatever mistake we na do, it go haunt we for the rest of our lives. So let's be careful with them people there. We like them, now we brothers them, but at the same time, they know they mix. They know they mix business with pleasure, so we have to look at them very fine. So me and I know my get for today.
Thank you very much, Nancy. Then say for fine you $50. And so Mike say, he say we see self surrender today. Well, you don't escape.
Oh yeah, he said for fine me 50. Okay, now in the mic, now you pay that $50 day.
Oh, well, bam, that's the word. Okay, thank you very much, Nancy.
Thank you too.
All right. So Mike, you know again, Nancy say now you for pay. I don't get much for say now today. I just want for recall quick one. Remember the time where we brothers and they go through something in China. We'll do a program now. We waiting Chinese embassy pool. Chinese embassy want for remind we that 10 days say, make remember all the good the way they don't do it. So because of that, to forget about what then they do with people there. Now I talk back say every week. Chinese embassy they do good in a salon during this COVID-19. Show me which ministry within a salon, which Chinese embassy not give nothing. Even to Radio Democracy 98.1, they give their equipment all. Show me which ministry. Then a salon which Chinese embassy not give. Even to the social welfare with them picking it then give. All the ministry that they go and give something. So now they don't do una all long sweet una self up. Then what's in the happen now? Now then they can begin showing now. say, una don't do ante. The first one, una gap, una say na to una. Oh, that's fine. Government say 7 days. Una say no, we not agree 7 days. Una 2 days. Then they don't come out today. Now they don't add another test on top of the PCR. I don't know if now the African country they no more, or the one them we want to travel to China from we also with there the West, if not the same. I will go for find out that for Meetup Saturday on program, which I believe say I doubt. I doubt say then go tell you say na they for go do test na the UK and US or all these countries say na they for go do test too. I doubt that one day. Eh? But we'll watch them until we like a gift. Also, we like a gift. They'll say, oh, this present administration, I saw themselves talk about China during campaign. Say the previous administration, I saw they don't sell salon soul to China. But what's in different we will see? What's in different? Tell me ba. We Savage Street Bridge broke. Would have first reached in Argento, a Sierra Leonean owned company. Now you can machine them day, it begin work free of charge. When they ready for get the contract, they no get. Then tell her like pull your own machine and they na Chinese man na can they na China na then give the contract. Chinese company na salon na then give the contract. Then na the latest one. So all this good where then they do all in different ministry, so that anything where then yai go pa na then go end up get her na the country. Any contract. Eh? We need for a visit and they say, make I go member again. Or then begin then the country after almost months then be say. Because I know say not done yet. Wait done then get for go open now. You know it's in a campaign. Oh left here. No left here, yeah? Go there back tomorrow. Let's just stay focused small. My BC say people they always count the fact the memory sharp. Trust. Sabi de waya. Sabi de. Oh, if you allow, just pay attention to the election today. We'll be back tomorrow. No stress, no stress. Till we meet again. Triple A say tata.